been getting a lot of email the last few days about this guy named Badger. Badger is a white guy that has a popping YouTube channel right now, and what caught most people's attention is this interview by this guy named Jay talking about Tookie. It's called Burning a Blue Bandana and Tookie Williams Smashing Bloods Down a Tier and Pelican Bay Visits. Jay talks about being in the county jail with Tookie. A lot of people think it's a great interview and wanted me to check it out, so they sent me the link. There's a lot of holes in Jay's story. The first one that came to mind was the Crips Module in 1978. So it's been on my mind ever since I seen the video, because I remember going to see my brother in 1983 and they had the gray khaki suits. I reached out to my homie Big Keith Stone. I reached out to Doe Eyes. I reached out to a bunch of other OG homies from different hoods. And the thing about it is, Doe Eyes caught his case around 1981. So if anybody would know, Doe Eyes would be one. Big Keith Stone is another credible source. He's done a lot of prison time in the early days, and he was really with that Crippin'. When it comes to talking to Bloods about being on the main line, there's a lot of conflicting stories. You hear some were undercover and some weren't. You hear some say they were on the main line and some weren't. And you get the same story from some Crips and some original Bloods. Of course, the second generation or third generation would strongly disagree for one reason or other. Maybe they hit the main line and stayed down shitty. Maybe there were more Bloods on the line during their time. Or maybe they were just harder than some of the rest. Or you know, some people keep it more real than others. I mean, let's be honest about that. There's always two sides to every story. We're not going to always agree. But back to the point, I checked out the video, and there were a lot of inconsistencies in dude's story. So he had this story about Bloods being in the Crips Module. For you guys outside of California, or you guys that never been in a county jail, or you white followers, Bloods and Crips do not go in the same Crips Module. So specifically for outsiders, people that never been in a county jail, people outside of California, or people that don't know how the gang thing works, Bloods do not go in the Crips Module. The Bloods have their own module, what we call the Blood Module. So let me give you some history on the Crips Module. Don't take this as fact, but what you should take as a fact is the fact that there wasn't a Crips Module in 1978. Now, it is my belief that the Crips Module started in 1983, and that's when I first visited my brother in the county jail in the Crips Module. And the reason for the Crips Module is because deputies found out that Crips were extorting other races and extorting non-affiliates and weaker links. And they took control of a couple modules that way because the Crips were so big. And for the most part, all the Crips had got along, so it was easy to inflict violence on the weak and other races. And so in order to be able to keep the violence down and keep inmates safe, they came up with the Crips Module, where they house all the most violent Crips in Los Angeles County. And they would do the same thing with the Bloods. They came out with the Blood Module. And so it was also a way where they could keep up with us and put us on record, put us on gang files, and know who's active and who's more reputable than the others, meaning that you were probably a factor, or at least you had the heart and the reputation to be able to survive amongst the most violent Crips and Bloods in the county jail. Now, also, as far as 1978 goes, I'm not sure if Tookie went to jail in 1978 or not. I haven't been able to find that information from anybody or anywhere on Google. And we all know that he did go in 1979. He wasn't a Crip. There's no way you could put him in a module for 18 months with some black guys that attack each other, but they don't attack Jay. You know, that's just not going to happen, bro. We would attack a white boy in court tanks just like Serranos rushed us, or we rushed Serranos. You go to Pasadena, sometimes the Bloods might rush you. It was always on site. There's absolutely no way a white guy, a non-Crip, could have done 18 months in a Crip module, bro. Again, I don't mean to mix the airs. The 90s does not compare to 1978. However, being in the county jail, a dude said there were 9 bodies a day. Imagine that. 9 bodies times 365 days out a year. That's a lot of dead bodies. That would eliminate the county jail population and gangs and criminals throughout LA County if there were 9 bodies a day back in 1978. The murders rate and assaults in county jail grew after that, and so that's why I throw in the 90s. I could go back to 86 when I first started going to county jail. It was much more violent than it was in 78. But the one thing that doesn't change is the way those racist cops in the county jail operated. Blacks back then were coming off the UCLA killings, Bunchy Carter, the civil rights era, the I'm black and I'm proud era, still the teachings of George Jackson, Malcolm X. There's no way a bunch of Crips of that magnitude and that size would have not directed their hatred toward a white guy housed amongst all Crips. So even if they gave a white boy a pass, let's say they gave him a pass and didn't bother this dude whatsoever, he would have not felt the need to get a knife after that beat down, because after 18 months he knows he's safe. He's one of them. Everybody's incarcerated fighting cases or doing county jail time. So they all would have respected each other. Badger got it wrong at the end. Tookie is not the founder of the Crips. He did become the face of the Crips, and many had believed him to be the leader of the Crips. I'm surprised Badger didn't even say he did time with Tookie in San Quentin. I'm surprised Jay didn't even go on a limb and say he ran across Tookie again in San Quentin. But now I don't want to take away from Badger's interview or criticize Badger. I will go as far as to say this was a very interesting video and I did enjoy it. However, the information that Jay gave did not sit well with me. I'm not mad about it. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some comments where some people say he can't speak on black people, which I disagree with. I thought it was a very interesting interview. I just thought the information wasn't given correctly. There was a lot of inaccuracies and a lot of holes in the story, and I can tell by the comments that even some viewers here at KMAC Videos or KM Videos got it wrong. You guys thought it was such a lovely story and so accurate and on point, but the truth is we're just not used to hearing the white side of going to prison and jail in California, and so it gave a different perspective. It gave us a little insight on how whites think and how whites operate, but they have absolutely no clue on how the Bloods and Crips operate. They basically did not give any justice to how the deputies treat black people or how black people are housed inhumanely in those gang modules. And they also have gang modules for the brown and the white and the yellow too. But it's a different experience, dog, once you're in those gang modules, because you're just putting a 4-man or 6-man cell, dog, and you're basically just lost, man. They don't care about you, treat you well, and I'm not saying they have to, but I am saying these dudes didn't even touch on that. The only thing they touched on is a deputy might be mad at one of them and throw them in Little Africa. Okay, that's fine. How often does that happen? I never seen it happen. The only thing I ever seen happen closely remote to that was one time the deputies put a paisa in a court tank with us at CCB, and the brothers wasn't having it, particularly my crime partner who's resting in peace right now. Just everybody put it down on this dude, and I don't even know if he survived, but he left unconscious and left leaking basically from every part of his body. I'm sure he had broken ribs and broken limbs. And when the deputy came back to get him, the deputy was like, man, you guys are cruel. And we laughed and we talked shit at the deputy because he knew what he was doing, and that's what deputies were doing in the county jail. They would do things like that to make sure there's race riots and make sure the wars continue. You know, they get a kick out of that shit. And let's just be real, that's how it go. And race doesn't matter. But I will say this is another thing that stood out to me when I'm watching the video. The first thing I thought is the Nazis, you know, the tougher white guys, the big white guys, the solid white guys, the down white guys, they usually work in ODR, which is the officer's dining room, or they're head cooks in the kitchen. You know, the white guys still get white privilege in the county jail and in California Department of Corrections and fake rehabilitation. They don't generally give those jobs to black guys. If they do, you have to earn it. You have to do a lot of time. You have to earn a lot of respect in order to get a job like that. I know at one point they try to give like 2 white guys, 2 Latinos, and 2 black guys a job on a crew, so it's even. However, over time, the white guy recruits another white guy, gets a black guy off the crew, and vice versa with the Hispanics. Before you know it, you'll be the only black guy with 5 whites or 5 Hispanics, or 3 whites and 2 Hispanics, and you get the point. So it would be very shocking that they took this guy and threw him in Little Africa, as he calls it, unless he was a buster marker challenging authority, and they just didn't give a fuck about him. But for the most part, as we know, or if you forgot, or if you're too young to know, we know about the stories of deputies being racist. Anyway, despite the inaccuracies, I did like the video. I would watch some more Badger videos. I mean, let's keep it real. I would like to talk to Badger or Jay myself. Maybe they can make light of it, or maybe they can agree with me that those weren't actual real Crip modules that they were in. And as far as cancer, you know, I seen my father get eaten up by cancer in a short amount of time. And I can tell you that the steroids and the different medications that they give a cancer patient can sometimes mess with a person's memory. And they can think of things that didn't happen. And the timing can be way off. The storyline can be way off. And so I believe that's something that's going on with Jay. Fuck cancer. Hope you beat it, Jay. Would love to talk to you, man. And get this shit right, because that's what we struggle with here at KM Videos. We struggle with getting the truth, the absolute truth. And so we've come to a point where we try to get as close to the truth as we possibly can. And basically that's it, man. Shout out to Badger and this channel, man. I look forward to seeing more of the bullshit. I wasn't going to address the comment section, but I'm going to go ahead and address it anyway. If you go look at the comments on that video, everybody think this guy was so accurate and they loved the video. And the first thing I thought about when I started reading the comments is on some of the black channels. Matter of fact, on all of the black channels. If you go to any black channel doing some gang shit or some drug interviews, people in the comments be blasting away at the person doing the interviews or the person being interviewed. And I thought, man, black people, we dog each other. We hold each other to such a high standard that we will dog him on everything he says. But white people are more lenient and more trustworthy and more believing of each other. Hypothetically, if Jay was a black dude, man, he would get it from all sides, from the blood side, the Crip side. He would get it from the police, the internet police, and all of the trolls and critics. They would be in Jay's ass, dude, literally.